Hey, all, it's Lemon. So, as you can see, I just ranked up to level 74, like not even 3000 XP, which means I got the AK-74, and I haven't used this gun in 3.5 years, but honestly, I forgot how good it was. It wasn't this good when I used it before, but I don't know, something about it, it just seems so good now. I think it's the 34 damage, but it takes a while for the damage to start to drop off. Like 70 studs, that's not bad. That's really not bad. So, as you can see, I only have 15 kills on it because I used it for honestly probably like 3 minutes. I got at the very least one multi and two quads. It sounds unbelievable because it's such a short period of time, but this gun is just too easy to use. Like, it has literally no recoil. Like, I'm just saying, if you put like an angled grip on this or something like that, or even like a stubby, like, I honestly doubt it would move at all. Easy, bro. Easy. It has a really good pierce, too. Like, honestly, I feel like it's so difficult to miss with this thing because its recoil is so low that if you miss, like, you really can't even blame the gun. It's just you as the player. You know, it's just that good. One thing is, though, it's not the best gun I've ever seen at close range. It does do a bit better at medium to long range, especially medium, but it's not bad to a point where I'm discouraged from using it. So yeah, I don't really mind it. Yeah, like it feels impossible to not kill people with this, unless they're just as bad as me. Dude, this thing's too good at range. I mean, like, yeah, AK-47 is better at long range, or at close range. You know, I'm not going to try and deny that. But this thing at close range is just a monster. So, 30 round mag size, pretty typical. 650 fire rate. For an AK, that's about usual. Pretty high max damage. Again, it's an AK, so that makes sense. Yet, a bit low. This is, for an AK, this is high for minimum damage, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, AK-47 is just cracked, right? But like AK-12, a lot of them are RPKs. I think actually have a reasonable amount. RPKs is the RPK, so yeah. I mean, it's okay for minimum damage as far as AKs go. Apart from the other ARs, it's pretty typical. 23, maybe slightly on the higher side, but nothing super special. Its damage drop-off range, I think that's about average, maybe slightly better. Yeah, about average, slightly, just barely on the good side. Let's see here. What about reload speed? Reload speed is slow. I'll give it that, but that's just kind of how the AKs are. They are very slow. I mean, apart from that, nothing really looks odd to me. Like accuracy, hip accuracy, and sight accuracy. For an AR, it looks all pretty typical. Other than that, like, its mobility is reasonable. I don't feel super sluggish as I move through the map. I definitely don't feel like turning is a chore. Because I know some guns, especially a lot of like snipers and shotguns and stuff like that, they make me not want to turn just because it takes so long to. Like BFG, M107. I haven't actually used the AH-12 ever, but I imagine that would have the same effect. Oh, that would have been a nice little quad to show off this gun. This is probably one of the most balanced guns as far as, you know, its fire rate, its damage, its reload. It's one of the most balanced guns I've used in a long time. I mean, don't get me wrong, its reload is slow. Like, look at this. I think it's 2.4, 2.5 seconds. But then again, that's just AKs, you know? It's not like that's anything special. That's just an AK for you. right? Its minimum damage is still really good. Now the thing is, the AK-47 has a very good minimum damage, probably one of the better ones in the game, considering that it's an AR. It's, I believe, 30 and 42 max damage, and that's really good. It's just, you know, the recoil on that is like 2, maybe even 2.5 times this, right? So, though it is more effective at close range, at long range, and medium range, personally, I would much rather use the AK-74. Here's the thing. This thing seems to have pretty good pierce as far as how thick the wall it can pierce through can be. But, and then I see the damage it does when you do pierce. And I'm like, no, it sucks. Honestly, I could see myself racking up a couple hundred kills with this gun pretty quick. Like, it is so fun. It's so fun, and it's actually a good gun. I honestly want to know in what world this gun is actually balanced well. Like, earlier I talked about it being balanced as in, like, it has a good combination of damage, recoil, reload, all of that. The only real negative is reload speed, as far as I'm concerned. But, like, you get a little bit more into it. It's totally unbalanced. Okay. It's completely unbalanced. Like, I basically just melted a solid quarter or so of their team. Again, like, I feel like its fire rate and whatnot just kind of makes up for that. Its fire rate ain't great, but it's not the worst. That's more so my point. It's 650, which I think is slightly low for an AR. I mean, GG. 55 and 14, like 55 kills, that's pretty typical for me. But usually I'd have like closer to 25, maybe even 28, 29 deaths, so I can't complain. If you guys have seen my past videos, you know that I get a good amount of kills, but a lot more deaths than usual. So all I can say is AK-74 definitely helped. And you got to remember, this is without a single attachment. With attachments, it would be better. So hopefully I'll be able to, within maybe 2 weeks to maybe a month, do another video on this gun. And hopefully I'll have at least 500-600 kills and some better attachments so I can kind of show you some of my favorite loadouts for it and whatnot. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Bye.